with the grip stuff. Everyone's, how can you train grip so much as you do without having any elbow problems? And I tell them the reason I do not lack elbow problems in spite of my grip training. I lack elbow problems because of my grip training, because I am not training. So in jiu-jitsu, especially in the gi, which is where most people have their issues, it's all flexion, 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 flexion. So your flexors become very, very tight and very strong and overdeveloped, and your extensors have never ever worked. So then you go to the gym and you go, gotta get my grip stronger. So you do more flexion, you do captains of crush, you do hand grippers, you do hanging onto a barbell, you do gi pull-ups, and you work those forearms even more. Well, now your elbow is screaming at you because your flexors are massively overdeveloped and there's a huge imbalance. So what you should be doing in the gym, a little bit of that, don't get me wrong, but more importantly, you should be doing extensor work, be it wrist roller, be it with a band around your hand, be it, all of the other exercises, supination, pronation, all of these things that work the extensor. And then that's going to balance out the training that you're doing on the mat. And now you're going to be able to, 1, have healthier elbows, wrists, hands, forearms, and 2, train your flexors even more, that grip that you need for jiu-jitsu. You can train that even more because now you've got that balance there. So that's true not just of grip. The grip is the best example, and it will be definitely the most important, because I get this question every fucking day about people who have tendonitis in their elbows, and I give them the same answer. But
that's an important distinction, though, that I think people, there's a misconception on that too, because they go, in their head, they go, but grip is grip.
Yeah.
And that's not true.
No.
It's not. And the way in which grip is a multifaceted thing. The representation is, I can hold this thing. But this is not done with one muscle group. They're both acting together in different ways to create it. Now you add rotation, extension, elevation, all these different things. Someone pulling on your leg at the same time. Your lats are involved now, but they weren't before. Like, it goes on. And that it's an important thing to know that you did that so clearly, and it's so crucial. The order in which you said those: sleep, number 1, absolutely. There's just absolutely no debate there, and it has to be accepted by people because it's facts. All the good shit happens when you're asleep, from cognition, memory recall, muscle recovery, literally your ability to be present in a conversation or present in training. It all happens then. But the stay up now, sleep when I'm dead mentality to get ahead is really the worst approach of all, because it keeps you further away from where you could be. But then within training, making it, and I think that this is a hard thing to do outside of conversations like this, is to help people understand that don't do this for a living, to see the values in things like that, to train to prevent your body from getting hurt, not necessarily just train to get certain numbers higher.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, it's and again, this is more important than for your hobbyist and guys that just want to spend more time. I mean, most of the people that you talk to who do jiu-jitsu, they're hobbyists and they just want to spend as much time on the mat as they can, and they want to do it for as long as they can. I mean, I'll add something on, maybe just because we're talking about how important it is about the sleep thing. There are some outliers out there, very, very rare, but there are some outliers who just seem to be able to perform on much lower sleep. But if you're thinking about issues with your recovery and you feel like your body's broken, it probably isn't you.
Not you.
A lot of people that I do talk to who are unable to get enough sleep, and there are rare occasions, generally it's not the case. Generally, if you really focus and you can change your lifestyle around that, kind of revolve it around getting a little bit more sleep. But occasionally you'll find someone where I am not able to, between the time I get back from training and the time that I need to get up from work, I'm only ever getting 5 hours sleep. I would seriously look at implementing some sort of midday rest into your schedule.